we are about to get started with a new game of Ghosts versus Vampires, and both of these teams are a mix-up of Rocky Mountain Roller Girls and Denver Roller Derby and Denver's men's team. So this is our open gender division, and so we're really excited to bring to you this first. This would be the first open division game, I believe, in North America on Twitch. So we're really excited to get this party started.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to tell you all about the vampires, starting with number 10, Unprotected Lex, 11, Shibi, 1337, Glatoris, 27, Veter, 4, Stelly, 412, Kotz, 420, Chi Chi Chong, 819, Menace 2, Anxiety, 90, Bonnie, 03, Mary Contrary, 151, Smash, 7X, and let's see, Supersonic, number 768. Oh, actually, that's going to be Ferguson, number 77. So there's going to be a 7-7 on both teams, and hopefully we'll get to see them go up against each other, because that would be amazing. And their coach is Betty Vetter.
Nice. Skating
nice.
for our ghosts. Super nice. Skating for our ghosts is 77, Cherry, number 16, Southern Discomfort, number 26, Blazin, number 301, Legs, 313, Rambo, number 68, KY Jelly, number 77, Chet, 8000 is California, 949 is Coyote, and our jammers Yoli, 0.0425, number 33, Tacos, number 617, Harper Bazaar, number 88, Cosmo, and the coach is Daisy Danger. Who do we have for officials there, Hazenberg?
Well, for our skating officials, head ref is going to be Cat Sargent. Inside pack ref is going to be Spicy. Jam refs will be Ginger Spice and Sassy Biatch. OPRs will be She Who Cannot Be Named and Ruth Slater Ginsburg. And alternate SO is going to be, or skating official is going to be Danny Mite. Jam timer is Bold Babe. Penalty box timers are Jill Faded and Aztec Baby Doll. Penalty box managers, Chuck Norris. Scorekeepers are Katie Lewis and Active Sonar, Ayla Stats, collectively. Scoreboard operators, Radar. PTLTs are Talia Up and Dawn of the Red. Penalty Wrangler is Zookeeper, and all NSOs are Wes Slamberson and Daryl.
I'm going to vote that in the next rule set, they add an interior pack ref, because I think a referee in the middle of the pack would just be fabulous.
That could be like the pace ref or something.
Right. It'd be like in the old days of the XFL where you had the camera guy like right there in the middle of the game. I suggested that Tchaikovsky announce that last game from the track, and she didn't say no, but apparently we didn't have the right microphone.
We are lining up for our first jam. Vampires are in the black, ghosts are in the white. Let's get spooky!
Nice. And if you're following us on Twitter, to give shout outs, hashtag Derby Twitter, but you can also make sure you follow the teams. They are Rocky Mountain RG for Rocky Mountain Roller Girls, and Denver Roller Derby is DNVR Roller Derby. So make sure you give them a follow. Let them know you're enjoying their show.
And we're about to start off. Number 03, Mary Contrary, wearing the star for Team Vampire. And I didn't see the number for the Ghosts Jammer.
Did they ghost?
I think we might have gotten the ghosted there.
Oh, I think there was a false start right off the bat.
And Mary Contrary gets out and grabs the lead. She's your lead, Nosferatu.
Very nice. Very spooky. And that pack is starting to pick up speed. We've seen this in the first game. Didn't think we'd see it in the second, but ghosts, they're scary fast.
They're spooky fast. And the jam is called. Let's see who got some points. Vampires with one big point on the board.
Power Cryptids giving a shout out to Oh My God, Les Stats I love it. I love it so much. The Lestats.
And it looks like number 77 Ferguson is jamming for the Vampires now. And Ferguson pushed to the inside, forced to recycle all the way back past the jam line. This might be Yolee's chance to grab the lead. And she does. Ferguson is hot on her heels.
The Ghosts were doing very good. They were haunting that front wall pretty steadily. But the Vampires maintaining the lead 4-0. Ugh. It's a feisty start, but we remember from the first game, right, folks? Give it time. Give it time.
231 people watching us right now, Cakes. How y'all doing?
Scar Who says, yay, sports. And a shout out from Scaries and Cream. Can't do both at the same time. Can't talk on Derby Twitter and Derby Twitch. Just pick one. We'll check both as best we can. Hazenberg, who's on that lineup?
We've got X jamming for the Vampires and Harper Bazaar for the Ghosts. These two both jammed in the previous game, and they lined up against each other quite often. X is your lead bloodsucker.
Nice. Scott, I wonder if we can figure out if these are sparkly vampires or just regular vampires. Is there any word on the streets?
I have
in the ghosts in the graveyards. Do we know?
I have not heard, and I don't see. It's hard to tell with the screen how much sparkle is out there. But
given that it's scary,
the ghosts are scary.
There's sparkle. 1-5-1 smash up to the line for the Vampires. I can't tell who that is jamming for the Ghosts, but they are your lead poltergeist.
It's Cosmo.
Oh, go Cosmo.
Yeah, the puck's starting to trickle into turn number 3, so I can't tell which the Ghost or the Vampires are trying to vie for position. Either way, they can't see their own reflection. So maybe that's why we're having a little bit of a pile up here. A scramble, if you will, of this pack.
Smash is blasted through the pack, living up to the name. But ultimately, jam is called off before any points can be picked up for the Ghosts. Looks like that's a no points for anybody jam. Oh, no, never mind. 3 points for the Ghosts. We are at a tie game, y'all. Woo!
3 points. Ow. Oh, okay, yes, and it's tied. Like you said, I want to give a shout out to Rippy Longstocking. You're amazing. Thank you for tuning in and being a beautiful human being.
I've called with Rippy before. She's amazing.
One of the favorites.
Absolutely. So we got Mary Contrary and Tacos on the jam line for Vampires and Ghosts, respectively.
Glitter is at the head of the pack, doing an excellent job holding together the Vampires. Vampires are skating in black. Ghosts are in their ghoulish white garb, if you're just tuning in.
And Tacos is off to the penalty box, making this a power jam for the Vampires.
Oh, you know they're just going to suck all the fun out of this one. Didn't.
Oh. There won't be a dry neck in the building. Mary Contrary throwing up 4 more points.
Both teams now at full strength, Hazenberg.
Oh, and a beautiful apex jump from Tacos. She's now in scoring position, but the jam is called. 12 points to the vampires, 4 for the ghosts. Everybody have a hydration just because I feel like it.
So ghost tacos versus bat tacos, which I'm not sure which is better or worse. The ghost taco is certainly scarier and probably more bland.
And not with that ghost pepper.
Oh, solid point.
You're welcome.
Ferguson versus Yo Lee on the jam line. Ferguson gets out and is your lead Dracula. It looks like he might have dropped a bit of gear there. Looks like he lost his elbow.
Yeah, it looks like the helmet cover.
Reattaching it.
Oh yeah, I think it was the pad.
Yeah, it's definitely the elbow pad. He's still adjusting. Alright, and then he gets it back on and calls it off, picking up 4 points as they go through. The vampires have really staked this lead down.
Nice.
I've got a question. Are you signed up for the WFTDA Inside Track newsletter? Because you can get regular news, highlights, and updates in your inbox. Sign up at WFTDA.com/connect. It's true.
Is very bad.
Shout out to PR Armageddon. Horror Jam. LOL. Nice, Freddy Krueger. Love it.
And X zips out, grabs the lead. Harper Bizarre fighting through the pack. And X claws through, putting up 4 points. And Harper Bizarre is in full possession of her jammer skills as she gets through. But X grabs 4 more and galls off the jam.
Shout out to our Twitch chat. Everybody encouraging at 0.75 to come out of retirement. And I know the feelings are probably feeling really real, especially when you see a score of 24-4 in favor of the vampires. Just sucks the energy back into roller derby. We know that you want to join. If you're interested in learning more, we have everything on our website. Check out WFTDA.com and connect with your friends. You never know who you might meet on the track. Who's up now? Hazenberg.
Looks like we've got Smash for the vampires and Cosmo for the ghosts. And Cosmo is your lead Spectre.
Cosmo doing an excellent job breaking apart those packs very tediously. The pack elongated from the second straightaway almost into turn 4. So kudos to Cosmo for pulling out the stops.
This is the Ghost's first pile of points in quite a while, and they grab 4 more, call off the jam. There's an 8-point jam for the Ghosts, nothing for the vampires. That's exactly the kind of jam that the Ghosts need if they want to possess the lead.
And technically in this game, regardless of who's in the penalty box, every point for that team is a ghost point, correct? Thank you. I'll be here all night.
Nice. Scotch chicken, everybody.
Please tip your waitstaff.
Nice. It's 10 minutes remaining in this first half. Ghosts, vampires, 24.
Bluebeard's in the chat making clips during the games, including that awesome double apex jump we just saw earlier. We got Tacos on the jam line versus Mary Contrary. Well, I guess they're off the jam line and they're back out. But Mary Contrary having a hard time even getting to the pivot line against this surprisingly solid ghost wall.
I was unaware ghosts can become corporeal.
They can, Scott. They can.
Clearly.
That's how you never know anyone. That's how you never know someone's a ghost. It could be anybody. I see.
And the pack right now just the pack right now is just kind of splitting thin into the second straightaway. The ghost just kind of lingering, haunting that area. And the jam comes to a dead end at 20-24 in favor of vampires. Although the ghost picked up 8 nice points very quickly.
They have narrowed that lead dramatically. It's only a 4-point game now. This is almost an identical repeat of what we saw during the first game, where one team got an early lead and then the other team ate it up, and then they just battled for first the whole rest of the way. And hopefully that's what we've got here. We've got Ferguson on the jam line versus Yo Lee. Ferguson, they exited almost simultaneously, but it looks like Yo Lee is lead and is now gaining some ground on Ferguson, who's stuck in the pack. And our video is frozen. This is great.
I think Ferguson is in the penalty box for a forearm.
And that makes this a power jam for the Ghosts, which is exactly what they need. Yo Lee getting recycled back to the pivot line and choosing to call off the jam. Just under 8 minutes left in our first half.
Wow. 1-point game here. Ghosts and Vampires. 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first half. Power hunting coming up.
Harper Bazaar jamming for the Ghosts. Giving Harper Bazaar room to run is definitely something that the Ghost pack needed to do. But Ferguson gets out, straight out of the penalty box, and is your lead Dracula.
PR Armageddon is all about that horror jam, but it is full strength. And Ferguson putting up points. That pack, again, starting to trickle into, I think this is their second rotation now, simmering down in turn number 1 as both jammers enter. Did they pick anything up there, Hazenberg?
Jam is called. 1 point for the Ghosts, 6 points for the Vampires. The Vampires lengthen their lead a little bit.
How are these refs even going to see the Ghost points?
On the line.
Well, we were pointed out by various pastries on the Twitch chat that the Ghosts don't need to be corporeal because they're full of rectoplasm. So maybe that's what's leading to the being able to see them.
Oh, I like that.
Nash versus Cosmo, number 88 on the jam line. Oh, and smashes almost through and takes a huge hit from one of the from one of the Ghost blockers.
Stelly just ripping up all these Ghosts in this graveyard.
That's what Stelly does. Stelly gonna do what Stelly gonna do.
Don't be a silly Stelly.
That's right, Jamarco. Den Bear.
Yeah, make sure you're joining us on the Twitch feed. We'd love to see if you have shout-outs, and we'll definitely mention your comments, especially the more punnier they are. We're totally going to put that up there. Just enjoying your conversation. Hashtag Derby Twitter if you're on the Twitter feed. It's 27-30 in favor of the Vampires, which is 4 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first half.
It's a 3-point game, Cakes. Oh my god. You hate to see it. Just hate to see it. More importantly, you love to see it. And Tacos is your lead Phantasm.
It's fantastic Phantasm.
That's right. And Tacos gets through spooking up 4 more points, and that will put Ghosts in the lead if this keeps up through the end of the jam. So grab your beverages, folks. We might have a lead change social on our hands.
Well, looks like the Vampires are trying to take that front wall and control this and slow down the pace of the Ghosts. They aren't really able to do so, and we do have that lead change there, Hazenberg.
I'm drinking right now. Big old cup of water.
I'm going to mention to our viewers on Twitch, don't forget to follow us on Twitch to be notified every time WFTDA goes live. And if you've got Amazon Prime, you won't see ads. You will not miss out on a 28-point jam in the first game because an ad played. If you use your free Prime subscription, ask in the chat if you need help linking your account. And we've got a little link from the MooBot in there as well. And while I'm talking and they're timing out, let's mention the new skater curriculum. Maybe you've seen the beginning skater program, This is Roller Derby. If you have questions about where and how to start, make sure you join the skating education and training community at We-FTDA. We'll be discussing your questions, adding resources, and linking to more information about skating curriculum, skating education and training at community.wftda.org. I like that they're making the ref that fell over clean up the spots on the floor. That's good. Like, you fell down, here's the towel, get to work.
It's just glitter anyway. We know that.
That's true.
Refs are magical. We do have Steve from Blues Clues, a better view on Derby Twitter, if you'd like to take a look. You feel home.
I did see that. That was a
heart.
lovely picture.
Yeah. It's always nice to hear a lot of woos from the crowd there. Thank you so much again for joining us. We have 3 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in the first half. Ghosts simmering it down at 35-30 over the Vampires. How many people do we have watching, Scott? Yeah, I'm going to put you on the spot, Scott. But you're muted.
Scott.
I think you're still muted.
Yoli versus Mary Contrary on the jam line.
I said really fascinating stuff while I was on mute. You guys don't know what you missed.
Of that, we have no doubt.
We just thought you ghosted us. Who's on that jam line there, Hazenberg?
That is Yoli for the Ghosts and Mary Contrary for the Vampires. And Yoli almost makes lead, gets recycled all the way back to the jam line. Mary Contrary also getting pushed back. A lead jammer has not been declared yet, so neither of them has completed their initial pass. This is almost a minute into the jam. And there goes Yoli, the announcer curse. Mm-hmm. All right, you owe me a Coke.
The Ghosts did lose one to the penalty box for a multiplayer block, so a little bit of a pack advantage here for the Vampires.
Vampires have passed the star to Glatoris, which is the first star pass of the game thus far. And Yoli calls it off before Glatoris can get into scoring position.
So what I was saying while on mute earlier was that we have about 215 people watching us on Twitch right now. And if you have missed any part of the game and you're like, oh, I wish I saw that earlier or again, don't forget, things will show up on the YouTube channel in a little bit of time, a few days. All live games published on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube in the future, hopefully you can let us know how Monday and Tuesday went. Hit the thumbs up button. Let us know you like the show. It really helps out the channel. It also allows us to keep bringing you Derby coverage from the remote studio.
Thank you, Scott.
Chicken. There will be a post-game interview with the Vampire.
I love it. Post-game interview with the Vampire. Oh, PR.
And we've got...
You are a national treasure.
He's wonderful. And I've got Harper Bazaar versus Ferguson on the jam line. Harper jamming for the Ghosts, Ferguson for the Vampires. Neither of them has made lead yet, although Harper Bazaar is stretching the back way out. And there she goes. She is your lead jammer.
Vampires losing one to the box. Forearm on Stelly. So Vampires losing 2 to the box. 2 to the box. And Harper Bazaar is going to call it, so they have a little bit more of a pack advantage going into jam number 16.
Just as Ferguson has escaped from the ghost trap.
We love having this remote studio available to bring you ghosts and vampires from Rocky Mountain in Denver. And so if you want to learn more, I know, Scott, don't we have something that they could check out or inquire about?
We do indeed. If you would like to broadcast your league's games, you can do this streaming with as little as a smartphone, no matter your location or your budget. Get streaming with the remote studio. Contact broadcast at quadmedia.tv. Check out the Broadcasting for Beginners resources at wftda.tv.
Final jam of the half, and it is a power jam for the Ghosts. Cosmo rocketing forth. Smash actually got out first, but picked up a penalty on the way, and thus has to sit out for 30 seconds. Oh, Cosmo takes a huge hit, goes spinning, recovers, starts picking up speed again.
Nice Triforce up at the front wall there. They ain't afraid of no ghosts, these vampires. That is for sure.
No, indeed. They're saying, thanks for the great game. Ferguson is out of the box and has completed initial. It looks like the jam was called. 4 more points on the board for the 5 points on the board for the Ghosts. And that is halftime, y'all. Are y'all having fun out there? Let me hear you call my name out there.
I have to give a shout out.
Oh, you weren't talking to me. You were talking to the Twitch chat. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Oh,
yeah. Chicken.
I think he was talking to the Twitch. But Various Pastry says, is this a seance because ghosts have turned the tables? I love it.
I don't know what the Vampiric Council is going to think about this. Somebody's getting in trouble.
Very disappointed.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Game 2 of Return of the Living Derby.
Woohoo!
We've got Ghosts versus Vampires on the track. I'm Hazenberg.
I'm Cakes.
And I'm Scott Chicken.
And I'm just Scott Chicken.
I'm just wearing the frog hat because it's, yeah, I'm wearing the frog hat in honor of Frogmouth. No, not really, but sort of, because Frogmouth has partnered with WFTDA to support the COVID-19 Recovery Fund. So go order some things from Frogmouth Clothing. I just thought I'd throw that pitch in, and now you guys can talk about it, Derby.
Speaking of Frogmouth, I'm literally wearing Frogmouth right now.
And Frogmouth in our chat.
Right.
That's right. Frogmouth. The great things about these is you can stretch them out like this, so you can take a nice shirt whip. Easy peasy.
You do that a
lot. And then it doesn't lose its shape.
Perfect.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you so much for joining us back here at Night of the Living Derby. We have Ghosts versus Vampires, which is a hodgepodge of wonderful athletes from the roller derby world of Denver and Denver men's, as well as Rocky Mountain Roller Girls Open Division. So this is a wonderful group of athletes coming together to give you a very grueling time. 48 on the scoreboard for Ghosts and 30 on the scoreboard for the Vampires. We're about to get started with another 20-minute half. I believe it's 20 minutes. Isn't that correct? Math.
That is correct. Various Pastry says, with Frogmouth, you can rib it, but you can't rip it. I feel like that needs to be their slogan. In Frogmouth, I will read that on the commercial for you for free.
And she's hired. And hired. That's a quick turnaround, Frogmouth. Well done. Way to add to the staff right here during the Twitch broadcast.
Got to give a huge shout out to 5 and 5 Media, doing so many gifting subs in our Twitch chat. Just such a lovely person and lovely company. Thank you so much for doing that. Hazenberg, who was on that line that just got lead jammer?
Let's see. I did not see who that was, actually. But they are lead, as you said. I believe that is number 33 Tacos. That is indeed number 33 Tacos. And smashes through for 4 points. Ghosts are increasing their lead here all the way into the afterlife. You can see our in-house announcer Tchaikovsky on the mic on the camera every now and then. She also played in the previous game and helped us set all the, like, she organized this whole mic crew, so shout out to Chai.
And shout out to Curves, our camera operator, and on-site tech help as well, and our remote studio director, Ben. And you know him on the Twitch chat as PDX Speed Bump. Give him lots of love. That was a nice 12-point jam there for the Ghosts.
Oh, it's beautiful. And they have doubled their lead. Oh, 13 points, actually. Ooh, that is a spooky jam.
The luckiest score of all. So we're getting back to Derby here in Denver, and if you're getting back to Derby as well, make sure your WFTDA insurance coverage is up to date. Log into the member portal to check your coverage status, or go to WFTDI.com for more information. Discount insurance rates are still available to U.S.-based leagues and skaters. Canadian leagues and skaters, go to WFTDICanada.ca for member benefits and information.
All right, we have Yo Lee jamming in the white, the Ghosts. Up against, I believe that is number 7X for the Vampires. And the scoreboard confirms it is indeed X. And Yo Lee. Yo Lee is out. He's grabbed, looks like has not grabbed lead, which means it's still open for X to get it.
Chet doing a wonderful job keeping the Ghosts' pace on point and really giving X a hard time here.
Neither skater has made it through to grab points yet, although it looks like Yo Lee is approaching the front of the pack. And Yo Lee takes a whip around and dodges around the pack, throwing up 4. Oh, and looks like somebody picked up a track cut there.
I think the jam is still live.
The jam is indeed still going. I think that was Yo Lee.
Yeah.
X had been in the box.
Still on the track, looking to attack. When you mess with the vampire, they always bite back. And X is through, throwing up 4 points in the sky. Yo Lee is exiting the penalty box. Both jammers are eligible to score. Neither can call it off. This jam will go its full 2 minutes. Only 30 seconds left, though. Let's see if the Vampires can eat up a little bit of that lead. Yo Lee is through. 4.
I like that last-minute effort there by Veter. Coming in strong, trying to take out Yo Lee. The jam dies out, and I think it's a 4-5 jam in favor of the Vampires. Score now 64-35 in favor of the Ghosts.
The Vampires can't afford to claw their way slowly out of their grave here. They're going to need to burst forth. We've got an official timeout. Scott Chicken, you got something to say?
I do. I gotta say, did you know, Hazenberg Cakes, that ramp and bowl skating are covered by WFTDA insurance? Because it's true. Junior and Bank Track Derby too. So check out WFTDI.com to learn more about getting supplemental insurance that helps when you get hurt on skates. Terms and conditions apply. Once again, that's WFTDI.com for all your Derby-related insurance questions and information. So
thank you, Scott.
You're welcome.
I just want to say I really like Swish.
555.
Yeah.
You go for it.
Say it. No, you.
Derby's so inclusive, even the dead can skate. We're getting back into it. Looks like Ferguson
You'll love
on
to
the
see
jam
it.
line for the Vampires. But more importantly, you love to see it. Okay. It looks like that was an official review on the part of the Vampires, but they have lost it. It's Ferguson and Chet both jamming. Chet jamming for the Ghosts. Ferguson is out front, but not lead. Oh, no, is lead. Sorry. I misread the... I was looking at the wrong jam ref, apparently. And the jam is over. It's like no points for anybody, but we'll get the... Oh, no, I see fingers in the air. 3 points picked up by the Vampires, 2 for the Ghosts. Ghosts maintaining their lead.
Welcome to the Twitch chat, Leah, or Hysteria. We know that you were skating earlier, so we're glad that you're in our Twitch chat to chime in.
Hysteria. .151 smash on the jam line for the Vampires. Up against Cosmo, number 88 for the Ghosts. And Smash smashes through to grab a lead. Bloodsucker.
Are Ghost fans called spectators? PR Armageddon with the puns in the Twitch chat.
Ooh. 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 And the jam is called. Looks like 4 points picked up for the Vampires. Possibly none for the Ghosts. I saw fingers up. That looks like
Yeah, the score now 71-37 in favor of the Ghosts. Really pulling away with that score gap, and we have 13 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in our Night of the Living Derby.
we have Cherry jamming for the first time for the Ghosts. Up against Mary Contrary for the Vampires. Cherry number 077. Mary Contrary number 03. Looks like... Let's see if we have a lead declared. We do not have a lead declared, even though both jammers have made it out.
Do we have a star pass? Is that why the Glitterous?
Star has indeed passed to the Glittoris.
I like the effort here by Southern Discomfort for the Ghosts, keeping those ghoulies together in the front wall.
Or in the sky for the Ghosts.
I like that, the sky.
Got a ghost problem. Who are you going to call?
Well, not the Vampires, because there's about a 20, 30 point difference here.
Armageddon says the Ghosts are starting to float away with this one.
I can't even. Like, I'm really throttling my mic so I can cover all my giggles.
Shreddy Krueger says, what's a ghost's favorite dessert? Ice cream. As in ice cream. Angulatoris almost makes it through, gets knocked down right past the pivot line, hops right back up, exchanging hips, falls to the butt. The jam ends after its full 2 minutes. 8 points for the Ghosts, 4 points for the Vampires. The Vampires are going to have to get into a blood frenzy if they want to grab the lead here. Ooh, 9 points picked up for the Vampires. Wait, no, then they're gone. Oh, I'm not sure what's going on there.
It was a ghost point.
They're fixing it.
Ghost points.
Yes, a lot of ghost points. All right, 79-46 in favor of the Ghosts.
Hey, Scott, what would happen if somebody missed this game? Where could they watch this later?
Why, they could watch this on the YouTube channel of our good friends WFTDA. All games published to YouTube a few days after you're watching it now. So if you're in the future watching this, you saw a great Apex jump and then a crashing into someone and a penalty. But you can also hit the thumbs up button and let us know that you like the show. Subscribe and follow, people. Subscribe and follow.
Yeah, that was a tough one. What happened there, Hazenberg? It looks like X ran into a boulder of some kind?
X took to the air like a vampire bat and came crashing face first into one of the Ghost Blocker's elbows. And the Ghost Blocker got the appropriate penalty for it. And X did not seem terribly phased by the blow. She was immediately back up to her feet and rocking the points again. It was 8 points for the Vampires, 0 points for Ghosts.
Let's hope that they can capitalize on this pack advantage. The Ghosts are down 2 full players. See if it pays off for them.
We got Blazin versus Ferguson on the jam line. Ferguson grabs the lead. But Blazin throws him a hip and then would have made it if it weren't for that slippery floor.
And the meddling kids. Don't forget them.
Oh, those
They're
meddling
everywhere.
kids. Ferguson is through to grab points. Blazin still fighting against the Vampire pack. Oh, looks like we got a big spill right in the middle. And we've got a timeout being called.
Well, we certainly wish everybody is okay. So we're going to give them a moment to check on the players and give everybody some time to catch up on our chat. How's everybody feeling out there? Do you have any shout-outs you want to give us? I know that Scott has plenty of amazing shout-outs that he wants to give us in regards to the WTDA. If he had his mic on.
Stupid mute button. This is what I get for trying to eat dinner at the same time that you guys are on a broadcast. That intro was great, too. Be a part of the Roller Derby conversations on the WFTDA online community. Signing up is easy. You'll be able to connect with other folks, skaters, officials, announcers, and also volunteers, all returning to roller derby from near and far. Find out more information at community.wftda.org. And again, if your league is coming back to action and you'd like to get in on this fine remote studio and broadcast your games on Twitch, you can do this without the expense and hassle of traditional streaming. Remote studio lets you get your games to the global audience through Twitch for as little with as little as a smartphone. In fact, I think we've done games in other parts of the world using smartphones. The remote studio, for more information, you should contact Broadcast at quadmedia.tv. Check out the Broadcasting for Beginners resources at WFTDA.tv, and that's how you get on Twitch with, people from around the world talking about it from our basement bunkers.
We love it. Thanks, Scott.
Kittyburger181 says, shout out to Minnesota Roller Derby and North Star Roller Derby. Oh, yeah. Those are great leagues. Coming back in out of our timeout.
It's a 20-point game now between the Ghosts and Vampires, with the Ghosts maintaining that lead just a little longer. But who has the lead for Jammer there, Hazenberg?
Looks like we've got Coyote and Smash on the line. This is Coyote's first time jamming, but Smash has the lead. It's not Coyote's first time jamming, period, just the first time jamming in this game.
This pack is picking up the pace. They're starting to spread out thin into turn number 3, and it's almost like old school derby, just a lot of endurance.
Looks like we've got a piece of fallen gear in turn 3. Yeah, it's obscured by the skaters. It looks like they picked it up. Looks like it might have been a wrist guard.
So Twitch chat pointing out this was a sellout crowd tonight, and that's great because this was a fundraiser for Denver and Rocky to help pay for their facilities. And Leah Honine wants to give a shout out to DRD's President Woody, so big shout out to Woody.
Yeah, great job, everybody putting on this show.
AY Jelly jamming for the first time tonight. And X also jamming. Looks like X has grabbed the lead and the points. Wait, not lead, but does have points. Sorry.
All of them. All of the points.
All of the points. It's a pretty nice score for the Vampires at the end of that one. Well, it was until they got more points. You gotta ruin it for me like that, Vampires.
Vampires
You're
are
really
always
just draining me out here.
Are they draining you dry?
I'm afraid so. Looks like Mary Contrary on the line for the Vampires. And that is 8000 California jamming for the Ghosts. Once again, jamming for the first time in this game. Do you believe the Ghosts have just decided to put everybody on the jam line for the rest of this one, since they're sitting in a nice, comfortable lead? Let everybody get some of that glory.
Nice work there by Bonnie, number 90, on Team Vampire.
Well, the blockers in this have been tremendous, speaking of glory. And Mary Contrary is through and is your lead Bloodsucker. But California is also out and clear. Ghost Wall Mary Contrary back. Up, and she calls it. See, 3 points picked up by the Vampires, no points for the Ghosts.
Mary Contrary, a transfer from my home league, Jet City. Moved to Denver shortly before pandemic shut everything down. So, and I'm going to say one last thing about WFTDI. WFTDI Wellness is excited to team up with the Phoenix Project to provide an invaluable wellness resource to our community. Together, we're creating a vibrant community for healing, connection, and support in roller derby. Learn more at community.wftda.org.
Ferguson and Yoli on the jam line. Ferguson zips out, grabs that lead. He could be looking to drain some points from the Ghosts. And he throws up 4 in the sky. This is exactly the kind of performance that the Vampires need in order to catch up to that lead with this last 4.5 minutes left of the game.
Yeah, the Vampires are really starting to push that pacing and try to get to that front, but it broke apart the entire pack as they go on their, I believe, their 3rd rotation here. And Ghosts now just haunting up on that front wall. It's pretty interesting to see. I'm not sure how your feed is, so it's coming in chops for me, but it looks really, really good as far as just picking up the pace and trying to maintain a decorum of points. So 5 points separating these two teams right now, 90-85 in favor of the Ghosts.
Oh, this is so close. We've got a timeout being called.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
I'm entertained. I know that much.
Me too. It was fantastic.
I think the Vampires were like phasing things in and out of, or maybe it was the Ghost. Somebody was turning on the strobe lights earlier on that broadcast. That's what it looks like to me.
That this game feels rather familiar.
Yeah, so the official view will bring the clock to a pause at 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in this amazing game.
The second phase of our game.
Ghost phase.
That's right. Thanks, Pia.
Our second, yeah, intriguing that we're at the 5-point mark as is being called out in the various Twitch chat streams, which if you're watching this in the future on YouTube, you're missing out. So you really should be following the WFTDA's Twitch stream so you can get notified of broadcasts like this.
But and also, hello, future YouTube viewers.
Yes.
What's the future like? Is it cool? Do we have jetpacks yet?
By Thursday, I'm pretty certain. That's the plan. It's in the Soul, the next stimulus package or something. I'm sure there were jetpacks along with whatever else. Good dance party going on, though, at the front of the pack.
There's nothing like a derby dance party.
Cosmo's getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
Flossy Pot says, I love the ones that come right down to the buzzer here. It is agreed. The first game was the same thing and very close to call, and now we're living it all over again. It's almost like they want to haunt us for forever, and I get it. I get it.
So we do have official review. I know we're checking in the other chat to see if we can find out what it's about.
There must be some pretty grave circumstances calling out this late in the game.
Yes. I saw some fingers and some pointing. So something happened. Something that was pointing.
But did they die? No.
No.
Looks like everything has been set to last rites. And we've got Cosmo on the jam line with number 151, Smash for the Vampires. And Cosmo gets out and grabs that lead. Oh, and we have... Looks like we've got some skaters on their knees. So we got another timeout, so... Hopefully nobody's seriously injured.
I believe it's just performing a seance, in the middle of the straightaway, so we'll just give them a moment to perform that ritual. Stops the clock at 3 minutes and 34 seconds.
The ghosts are trying to bring their leap back from the dead.
That would make sense, yeah. It's plausible.
Thoroughly plausible.
Speaking of bringing things... Cleared, so we should get back into it.
Yes. Speaking of bringing things back, let's help rebuild our community and the sport. The WFTDA has established the WFTDA COVID-19 Recovery Fund. The fund will provide micro grants to leagues and other roller derby organizations to help support our community in their post-COVID-19 roller derby recovery. So find out how to apply if you're eligible at community.wftda.org.
We are lining back up for our jam. Looks like Cosmo jamming for the Ghosts and Mary Contrary jamming for the Vampires. The whistle has blown and off they go.
Nice job on Vader trying to
ghost wall.
Yeah, it looks like Vader was trying to put together the pack. A lot of lengthening between the two packs. It's getting a little bit more vicious, and it always does when we get really close to this point differential.
Cosmo picks up lead on her way through. And takes a huge hit, gets recycled back. Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Because you might get stuck in the river and never live like you used to. You never know.
That is correct. Or you might get an elbow to the face.
Nice rotation here. Ghosts really doing some damage on that clock.
Boy, this vampire wall feels like it's going to live forever.
Coyote and California just doing a nice job of rotating around, slowing down Mary Contrary.
Oh, Mary Contrary attempted a star pass. decided to hold on to it. And Cosmo gets through finally for 4 points. 15 seconds left in our jam. Less than 2 minutes left in the game.
KY headed to the penalty box. Too slippery for his own good.
The stakes could not be any higher right now.
I think they could be a little bit more to the left, right in the heart. $94-85. Ghosts maintaining the lead. We're getting a timeout. Stops the clock at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah, we're going to have an even pack of 4v4 here coming on up. And this game is getting scary good, PR. You're right.
Scary good. Jabanko says they staple meat to the ceiling to keep the stakes real high.
Real high.
That's
quality. Quality right there. So if you're thinking to yourself, how can we get our league back? And when can we get our league back to playing? Well, the WFTDA has published new COVID-19 safety guidelines to support leagues in returning to play. So check them out at community.wftda.org. Guidelines are being updated frequently in response to changing conditions and regional guidelines. So if you checked months ago, check again now.
Yeah, things are being updated periodically, so make sure you check that out and get back in the game. Scoreboard is phased into another dimension right now. You're right. You're absolutely right, Leah.
Looks like our officials are about to return to their starting positions, so we should be back into action momentarily.
I'm enjoying the skeleton arm that keeps waving up occasionally at the bottom of the screen. I know it's been mentioned on the chat and Twitch, but it's very entertaining.
There's no bones about it. That is definitely a skeleton arm.
He finds this game humorous.
Yes.
Vampires need to make this one count. Very nice, very pastries.
Well, they have been, various patrons has been killing it in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Every time I look down, they're saying something that makes me laugh. Officials back in their starting positions. Skaters are as well. This could be the final countdown.
Now, was this the official review, or because I know?
Yeah, the official review was the previous timeout.
Okay.
Back into our jam here. Ghost Jammer trying to slice through and is through for lead.
That was Tacos.
Vampire's Jammer. Yeah. And Vampire's Jammer takes a spill. That's X. Makes it through on the outside. Taco is getting recycled. You always want to recycle your leftover tacos. And looks like 4 points in the sky, maybe?
Tacos had a little trouble going on the inside lane, but Chet doing a nice job propelling her forward. So this teamwork is doing a wonderful job here, and the pace starting to pick up. I believe the Ghosts just trying to take away that clock, take away clock from the Vampires.
Less than 30 seconds left in the game. Looks like we might have time for one more jam. One more jam. One more jam. One more jam. Let me hear you chat.
Give the people what they want. Give the people what they want.
And what we want is an undead skate vest.
What the people in the stands want is a scoreboard, because apparently the projector is out.
Oh no!
Hence the comments, I think, in the Twitch chat about the scoreboard phasing out. Now it's maybe trying to come back, but we know it's 98-89.
Coming back from the dead. I think that's what this current timeout is about. And because this is a timeout, that means we will have one more jam. So My wish has already been granted. My life rocks right now.
Well, I can put away my Ouija board because that's what I asked for. And Jabunko, did you hear correctly? That is Chet skating. Yes, this is our open division. It's comprised of Rocky Mountain, Denver, and Denver men's. So all our friends are here skating.
Oh, Various Pastries calling out the old radar palindrome break because it is 98.89. But I don't have a sponsor read from them because they're not sponsoring this.
Well, maybe they should sponsor the next one.
Maybe they should. I'll say that Denver and Rocky are happy to welcome back Death and Glory Skate Shop as a warehouse sponsor for 2021. Death and Glory is a skate shop located in Denver, Colorado. So next time you're in Denver, if you aren't there right now, go visit. You can find them online at deathandgloryskate.com.
All right. Looks like we're going to have one more jam. Who's on that jam line there, Hazenberg?
That is Ferguson jamming for the Vampires and Harper Bazaar for the Ghosts. Harper Bazaar is your lead specter. Ferguson is out of the pack, though, and hot on her heels. If I were in Harper Bazaar's position, I would do exactly what she did, which is call the jam and just not even give the Vampires a chance. It's like, you're already ahead. There's no time. Just call it. Take your W.
Garlic for everyone.
Garlic for everyone.
I will say it was nice
is the end of our games, y'all.
Yeah. What were you saying, Scott?
I was going to say it was nice of them to wait and let the Vampires play later when it was dark so that they wouldn't get, melted by the sun. That was all. I honestly don't know what time the sun goes down in Denver, so maybe it was a moot point.
Well, we're so excited that you were able to join us here in Denver, Colorado with Rocky Mountain and Denver's men's as the Ghosts and Vampires took to the stage for our second game of the evening, 98-89. Ghosts will take it back to the graveyard for forever. Skeletor in front as well. Very excited that you were all here. We hope to see you soon on more of our amazing programs that we'll have here on WFTDA Twitch. Thank you so much for tuning in to us. You guys were amazing. We loved all of our great puns. Story of puns, very punny. And Derby Twitter. Good job. I mean, I think Twitch was more on fire, but that's just because, it came with a nice little television screen. And thank you so much to our producers and everybody involved here. I'm Cakes, and I was joined by Scott Chicken and Hazenberg.